National Football League. And here's Jawan Bentley, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Patriots and the Jets, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Gone alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Jets coming into play, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 his job.
Jones wants to throw to start things out here. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing Jones. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 15 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Parker. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Now Jones. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Kareem Hunt with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. Are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdowns.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall.
Room here to run. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 36-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Devon Godcho up to make the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
The Jets had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Balaj. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard. They scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out, leverage the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
What a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. After 1, 7-3 the score. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 2nd and 10, Jones looking here for Smith downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. It's caught. Smith. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
Yeah, they should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Maher is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Jets take it over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else?
This is caught inside the 15. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 62 yards.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. They'll run with Hall.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Balaj is into the end zone for a Jets touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
New England's offense set to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side complete. That's Myers. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one complete to Smith. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Traquan Smith, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots have moved out in front.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And New York set to take the field.
And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Christian Barmore getting in there to drop it. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Patriots take over.
There's the versatile back, Kareem Hunt, getting set with the rest of this offense for the next drive.
The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air. That's exactly what's going on.
They've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. Jones now on 1st and 10, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Jones on 3rd down.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wilson.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, welcome to the party. Defense Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out come the Patriots.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is where close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Jones, a final shot before break. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this 3rd quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
We're paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks. I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
Play action. It's Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I think he tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to
touchdown, Patriots. Kareem Hunt, he scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Patriots have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Barr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out come the Jets. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You talk about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
taking it about the 1.
Here's Harris to return it.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Jones. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York set to take the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his man. Complete. That's Wilson. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones, and caught by Henry. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
New England on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him so far.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Blanche. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now it's Wilson.
Throw over the middle. He's got Rucker. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and 9, Jones over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And he'll get this to the 32.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Okay, ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 69 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Hall want to give up the middle.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Balaj. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Here's a give to Hall.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Hall.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Wilson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane.
Yes, That's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send it back to the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Lutz is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there. Gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So now Jones and the Patriots down 27-24, a little over 30 seconds remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Here's Jones. He's got Henry, and that's going to be a 1st down to the 35 as the clock continues to run. Now Jones. Finding Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to let it fly. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. The quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they do get the short field goal here to get them the all-important overtime lead. But, Charles, you wonder if they'll wind up ruining the fact that they were able to get down into the red zone, yet not able to find the touchdown that would have won them the game.
Brandon, you're absolutely right. In overtime, when you get the ball first, the hope is your opponents never see the football. But now they're going to get a drive to try and win it, or at least keep the game alive with a field goal. And I'm getting a dictionary out to look up ruin.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. The defense does its job. They're going to get the ball here overtime with a chance to win.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. It's caught on the right side at Smith.
And he is going to pick up a Patriots 1st down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing Jones. His throw incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a 1st down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, they'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see them drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rushers with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 36. 19 yards that time. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defense Offensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Now less than 2 minutes to go here in OT in a 3-point game. Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Myers. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Jones. Another completion here to Hunt. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So a little chunk there on 1st as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get first downs, get yourself in a position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. If you get 6, so much the better.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can't be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. The kick by Maher is good. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point. I'm back upbeat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to go up top again. And this is caught inside the 5. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A